My name is Benedict, and I'm the co-founder and chief psychologist of iGrow. This is my story of how pursuing my personal vocation and mission led me to start a psychological consultancy. What we do is to support corporates with their mental well-being of their employees. Growing up, people would say that I'm naughty and rebellious, although I prefer to see myself as curious, playful, and adventurous. I find myself in a company of people that often got into trouble with figures of authority. And that created a huge curiosity in me, like why do people respond differently to people? Through the grace of God, I never got into any huge trouble that is damaging to my options in life. I remember my earliest encounter with our great God was during my confirmation camp in 1996, where I had my most vivid experience of God's love through a heartfelt letter written by my dad. I felt that I was disappointing my parents, that I wasn't making them proud, and that I was doing a lot of things that were wrong, and that was how I felt. It may or may not be how they view me. One thing I know for sure is that they were always supportive of me, and they were always there with the doors open. That letter from my dad at my confirmation camp allowed me to have a taste of what God is and how beautiful being in the presence of God and that experience of love is all about. That experience left a deep desire to seek God and discover my personal vocation and mission. That journey of self-discovery led me to volunteer as a facilitator for youth camps, being a sponsor in RCIY, leading Alpha program in my parish, and being a catechist. All this while I continue to pursue my professional career in youth work and counseling in a non-profit organization called Care Singapore. Church activities and professional career seem to progress on parallel tracks but never meeting, and I was generally happy with where I was and what I was doing with my life. That is until a friend and a colleague at Care reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to start a company with him. It seemed like a crazy idea at first, but it seemed more probable the more we brainstormed, the more we discussed and deliberated the opportunities. As faith and spirituality was an important part of both our lives, we thought, why not go for a retreat and see where God leads us? So we got Father John Paul Tan, that is now Monsignor, to be our retreat master. And I remember vividly what he said to both of us. If you want to work with men, you need to know what is God's vision of men. And he threw a few church documents for us to read and reflect. Going through the dense documents like Familiaris Conceptio, Gaudium et Spes was both a pain and a joy. If I can summarize it, we came up with our company's ethos, name and vision at the end of the retreat. What we got out of studying the documents can be summarized into a 4-letter word. No, it's not love, it is grow. G-R-O-W. G is for goodness, where everyone is special, because we are made in the image and likeness of God. There is that innate dignity and value in us. And R is for relationships, where everyone is a social being because we are created out of love, to love and for love. And O is for opportunities, where everyone has potential because Jesus was both divine and human when he came to earth. So who we can potentially be can be referenced to Jesus. But of course we know that we can never be like him. We can only aspire and be inspired. W is for work, where everyone can give because after knowing that we are good, made for relationships, and have infinite opportunities, we cannot keep it to ourselves. And besides, in Familiaris Conceptio, it talks about how it is in the total giving of oneself that you find yourself. Sounds so chim and so deep, but as we pondered about it, it made so much sense to us. And that forms the principles of how we view everyone at iGrow. So now, the name Why iGrow? Well, the only person that we can expect to change is ourselves, not other people. So that is why iGrow first. What is our mission and vision of iGrow? We strive to be the thought leader, enabler, and happiness at work, family, and life. Now, if I can emphasize on the word happiness, because only God is the one that can bring true happiness and joy. When we were at that retreat and we were pondering and thinking about which group of people God is calling us to work with, we thought that there's actually a lot of non-profit organizations working with youth, with vulnerable groups. But personally going through working with at-risk youth, you realize that one-to-one the youth are very good. But when you go back to the home environment, everything gets undone. And so that was when we were thinking, how do we reach the people that they're living with? And we figured that most adults spend their time working, right? So if you can make the workplace happier and more positive, hopefully they don't bring negativity back home. And there was a huge shortage of people that are making the workplace their mission field. So that was when we decided that we wanted to focus in the marketplace, working with adults. So that was how I started my career as a psychologist and why we wanted to work with corporate. There were moments in the business where we felt like we wanted to give up because things are so tough, especially in the first year when we were all new. Well, both of us are psychologists. We are not business people. We're not salespeople. How are we going to get business deals? And it was through a lot of prayer that doors were opened. And it's fascinating because it was only with that innocent expectation that God is going to make things work that we closed our first deal. How people would describe iGrow, the people that work with us, is that we are not profit-driven. Well, profits are important, but we are very mission-driven. Doing the work is more important to us. So that is the journey, like with its ups and downs, with appreciation from grateful clients, from the pain of having to do sales and close deals, having to manage teams, having to recruit people, having to lay off people. And it is definitely not something that is smooth sailing. Now, iGrow has been around since 2009, and we have the opportunity to work with more than 450 corporate clients and 100,000 employees, for which all glory belongs to God alone. One of the things that I do before I do a talk or a workshop, even up to now and today, whether it's virtual or whether it's in person, is to say a prayer. And in my prayer is to ask God to use me as an instrument to move and to touch, to reach out to the people that we are working with, even though it's in a marketplace. And looking back right now and where I am, I've never been always on that straight path. There were times that I veered away, and there were times that I tried to pull back to put God at the center of my life. There were times that I struggled. There were times that it was a little bit easier. There were times where God put people into my life to kind of nudge me back. It is never a straight and easy path. So I don't want you to have the idea that putting God first is easy, because it is not, It is a process, it is a journey that we go through, and that is how I experience it. This is my testimony of how church life intersects with my professional life right now, and how I live out my vocation to bring Christ and Christian values to the marketplace without sacrificing my professionalism. So, how are you living out your personal vocation and mission in your life?